The canyon had a voice of its own, low, hollow, and endless, swallowing sound and twisting it before throwing it back like a ghost repeating secrets. Most soldiers hated terrain like that, but for Lieutenant Aria Vance, it felt like home. Her SEAL unit had been tracking a rogue militia cell for 3 days through jagged rock and shimmering heat. There were 17 hostiles, highly trained, heavily armed, and deeply embedded within the canyon's narrow paths. They believed they understood the terrain, but they had no idea someone else knew it far better. Arya moved alone, without backup or drone support, carrying only her rifle, a suppressed sidearm, and a mind trained to read sound as others read maps. Long before she became a soldier, she had studied acoustics, how sound bends, travels, and deceives, and in a canyon like this, sound was everything. Crouched behind a slab of fractured sandstone, she listened carefully, picking up faint laughter that echoed too loudly and too widely to reveal a real position. It was a decoy, and she recognized it instantly. With a slight smile, she realized they were already playing a game they didn't understand. She picked up a small stone and tossed it to her left, where it struck a distant wall with a sharp crack. Instantly, gunfire erupted in that direction, bullets tearing into empty space as echoes multiplied the confusion. Using that moment, Arya moved silently and precisely, taking down her first target with a single suppressed shot before the echo of the gunfire could even reach the others. She never stayed where the sound began, constantly repositioning, letting the canyon's shifting voice hide her movements. Sometimes she fired at deliberate angles to mislead them. Other times she created distractions, a ricochet here, a tossed object there, keeping the militia disoriented. Panic quickly spread among them, their voices bouncing wildly through the canyon as they shouted conflicting directions, unable to locate her. Their confusion became her weapon. Arya slowed her breathing and listened not just to sound, but to fear, recognizing its rhythm and how it made people careless and predictable. When some broke formation, she eliminated them. When others tried to flank positions she had never occupied, they fell just as easily. She never rushed, never wasted a shot. Every move was controlled and deliberate. Gradually, their numbers dwindled from 17 to 10, then 7, then 4, and the canyon grew quieter, heavier, filled with a suffocating silence. Climbing to higher ground, Arya used elevation to manipulate sound further, watching the last 4 huddle together below. Their leader ordered them to stay tight, hoping to avoid being picked off, but fear had already taken hold. Arya fired a shot at a distant wall, letting the echo mislead them once again. As they turned toward the wrong direction, she fired twice, dropping 2 instantly. The remaining men fired wildly, chasing echoes and illusions, but she kept moving, always one step ahead. When one tried to run, she ended him with a single shot, leaving only the leader standing. He spun in place, desperate and trembling, shouting for her to reveal herself, but the canyon answered him with his own echo. Arya shifted slightly, just enough to create the faint sound of gravel under her boot. He reacted too late. Her final shot was quiet, almost gentle, and then everything fell silent. True silence. Arya stayed still for a moment, confirming all 17 targets were eliminated without ever revealing her position. As the sun dipped lower, casting long shadows across the canyon, she lowered her rifle and disappeared the same way she had fought, unseen, unheard, and untraceable, leaving the canyon to guard her secret and her silence undefeated.